I'm used to hearing it's a matter of time before anything I'm up before is sure to be mine. And I do believe it and know I get to receive it as I keep these words in my mind each and every time. Just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight and it could happen to knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows? Death sneaks upon you like a thief in the night. Since we're not sure if it's a robber, we gotta live right, though we might get distracted by the things that are sight. We can't go blindly when we enter the light. Before we enter the light, just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight and it could happen to knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows? I'm feeling this aura. Yeah, that's the deal in this
life and overall setting.
I'm the vice and to the world ambassador to the universe, and we represent overall setting.
Splash the artist, Singa Splash. Yeah, man. Overall set.
Yo, big respects to original Dan Raja, Apache Indian in the place. Catch me on overall setting.
This is Jônelle. I found out. So here what? As pertain to the overall setting.
And for the main devices, you know, say a prostant from where you do it, straight out. I'm watching the face and represent the overall setting.
Hey yo, check this out. This is Anthony Cruz live and direct, and I'm here to tell you about the Don't Know overall setting scene.
This is Silver Cat, aka Iron Claw, and I will be on the overall podcast setting.
From me see the face and hear the voice, them know say Rasta British, the true leader. I'll be featured live on overall settings podcast.
Bonjour tout le monde. You know it's me, your girl Jônelle, representing for the Overall Settings podcast show.
Hey, don't forget Fearless Wonder. I'm here representing the Overall Setting.
Catch me live on overall
This is J Warren, and you can check me out live on overall podcast.
No gonna make them night. What put me the Salaman and Tigana overall? Me like coming something like wire fire every 16. Police man a fire AK-47, but soldier man, them a fire SLO.
Bonjour tout le monde. You know it's me, Jônelle, representing again. Run go tell your friends, I want thing Jônelle can't understand. I want thing Jônelle can't understand. Why make them a talk about me ambition? Why make them a talk about me ambition? Some of them a ask me where me get it from. I true them not know it's from creation. I true them not know it's from creation. Bam bam, me yo, and me say what time. Bam bam, bam bam, bam. Bonjour tout le monde. You know it's me, Jônelle, representing again. Run go tell your friends, I want thing Jônelle can't understand. I want thing Jônelle can't understand. Why make them a talk about me ambition? Why make them a talk about me ambition? Some of them a ask me where me get it from. Some of them a ask me where me get it from. I true them not know it's from creation. I true them not know it's from creation. Bam bam, me yo, and me say what time. Bam bam, bam bam, bam bam, bam bam, bam bam, me yo, and me say what time. Bam bam, and me say what time. Bam bam, and me say what time. Bam bam, me yo, and me say what time.
We start out the night with a bomb, bomb, bomb. Yo, man, I lie. Tonight. You don't know. Welcome to all of the first time, people, to all of the regular people, rock and coming. Tonight is a night of epic proportions, just like all of the other shows. Comparison is the thief of joy, so we don't compare the guests that we have over here. We just feel so privileged to have them all because at someone they have entirely chopped the bush. Icon, they are the future icons of tomorrow, and tonight is we have who came over here on the very high regard. Her music career is, she just embarked on it like shortly, like you can basically hear that this young lady is a natural. It's like she had something pinned up in her for a long time that, she just ultimately decided to release as of late. Because this, she not going to sit down and tell me or nobody on a platform, yeah, she only going to do this for 3 years. There must have been some type of burn at some point, and man, after she probably done master. She's multi-talented. She's a triple threat when it comes to music. Very bubbly personality from what I've seen. And I'm just aiming and anxious to talk to her. So the young lady who gave that very wonderful rendition. I have the pleasure of not having Sister Nancy, and if I could have anybody else other than this young lady, would probably be Sister Nancy, because probably Uncle Nancy alone could have sing it better than she. I like you. So I don't want to say the name wrong. She told me yesterday. So if I the sideway look, but Jônelle. All right. Anyway, without further ado, she'll correct me. Without overall settings to this triple threat, this hell of an icon who is referred to us. We're going to talk about that. Jônelle. Is it Jônelle or Jônelle?
It's Jônelle.
Jônelle. All right. I apologize.
It's all good.
So it's getting the brunt of my whole life. I've been called Fecko, Fico, Faco.
Anything goes.
Yeah, man. But
just, as long as they're streaming my music.
Right. Exactly. It's a pleasure to have you here.
It's a pleasure.
Before I started to read into your history and do more research, I was not under the impression that you only had been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah.
I think you're probably exaggerating, or you've been doing it somewhere, but I guess you just embarked on a career. As of late,
I just embarked on a musical career.
Right.
And I actually just started producing. I started producing 3 years now.
Okay, yeah, because you're clearly a seasoned talent. You can't.
Well, I grew up singing in church. Yeah.
So tell us something about so you actually grew up born in Ontario, Canada, correct?
Yeah, in Brampton.
So where does the whole, because you sound like an authentic Jamaican, so weird.
Well, my parents are Jamaican, so and I spent a lot of time with my family, I guess. But okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you got it.
Sorry, I didn't hear your question.
Honestly. No, I said you got it honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Can you hear me?
Thank you. I try, Yeah, I try.
So tell us a little about what it was like growing up in Canada, and like who were some of your earlier influences? Because like I said, even though you embarked on it later in life, there's clearly some musical background somewhere in there. You know what I mean? So just give us some insight to who you were before you became who you are and who you're trying.
Jeez, who I was? Oh God. Okay, well before I decided to do music, like I said before, I grew up in church. So a lot of my influences came from gospel music.
Mhm.
Especially in terms of like musical production. I really appreciate the way gospel is structured. It's so distinct, you can always tell that that's gospel. So like,
Right.
I appreciate gospel in that sense. But I grew up listening to like I guess I can say like before my mom got into church, she listened to like a lot of Beanie Man. So I heard a
Mhm.
lot of that. I heard a lot of Sanchez. But on my own time, I would listen to a lot of like Mali music, J Moss. I would listen
Okay.
to Lauren Hill. Those two are gospel singers. Lauren Hill, everybody knows. It was her birthday yesterday, I think. And
Big up.
Jasmine
Yeah.
Sullivan.
Mhm.
Jasmine Sullivan, I feel like she taught me how to sing. I used to practice her songs like all day. But somebody who really, really influenced me, I would say, is Chronix. So yeah, I
Okay.
really love
Okay.
Chronix. If you know me, then you know that I love Chronix.
And I hear a lot. I hear a lot of all of those influences in what you do.
Oh
Um,
yeah, cool.
your personality is electrifying. Like so, just like seeing how you interact with the people, and how you take your craft very seriously. Like I said, I found it very hard to believe that you've only been doing this for this short amount of time. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, I guess I've been performing for a
Mhm.
while, like in church, leading praise and worship and stuff like that. But I've only decided to pursue music for like 3 years now. So yeah.
Okay. So what was the inspiration behind just finally just stepping out on faith and saying, all right, you know what, I'm gonna do this.
Well, that's a long story. I've always wanted to do it, but I just didn't think that I would be allowed.
Hmm.
Just caring too much about what other people think. And then I was
Hmm.
encouraged by somebody to do it, and so I decided that I was going to. I struggled at first, to be honest, with like what I wanted to do. I guess in the church they would say are you in, are you out? So I was
Hmm.
kind of like teeter tottering.
Hmm.
And then I just decided, okay, I'm out of here. So I just dipped and then started to do me. And so here I am.
So you were brought to our attention by a seasoned vet. I mean, this man has been doing music since his eye was at his knee. He's been in lyrical battles with Beanie Man, and you know what I mean, and just to name a few, but that was probably the most notable. You know what I mean? From where you were and captured the attention of a Dan Mafia. You know what I mean? Like you're obviously a novice in you know what I mean, but you came under such high recommendation
Oh,
from
really? Oh,
yeah,
that's great. I
yeah.
appreciate it. I really do.
Yes. I mean, how did you stay from where you were and capture his attention?
Instagram. I
Okay.
posted a freestyle. I posted a freestyle on Instagram and he loved it. And then ever since that, like, yeah, the connection has been there. Like the link has been there. So I appreciate, him recommending me to you guys. Like, yeah, for real. It was
No, no.
literally just
Listen. Recommending is one thing. Highly recommended. Let's no, just really no, Jônelle, think about this. Think about this really and truly. Like you got a person that probably has every artist in the industry's number in his phone that he can call at any given time. Like Beanie Man's Mafia label was named after him. And you know, what I mean, there's a host of other people that he probably could have referred to us, but
yeah.
he mentioned
I know.
you. You know what I mean, like
I'm
so,
like, wow.
yeah,
Even to
yeah.
see him like my freestyle, I was like, yo.
I,
And like it
and I,
happened, like I followed him and like right away he saw my follow and looked at my stuff and he loved it and I was like, yo, that's so cool.
I think I have some notion, and without him even telling me, if it's the freestyle that I saw, that joint is fire.
Which one? I have a few on Instagram.
I seen this one where you were like talking about like the system and you know what I mean, and you were
Yeah, because
saying
I
something.
always have to burn a fire,
Right,
always.
right. Yo, but say, I was like sitting here like literally floored. I'm like, no. You know what I mean? And this is obviously prior to, me knowing how long you had been in the business and I seen it
Yeah,
and artists, we kind of look at people from, I wouldn't say bias, but we look from a different vantage point than like the average consumer. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, so we're looking to see weakness in the armor and you know what I mean, and where you could use work and you know what I'm saying, and trust me, I've heard I've heard none of the above. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Thank
you you
you.
really sound like a seasoned artist. I mean, you're talking to
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
yeah, I got like 30 years in, and I mean, I work with some of the best. And if I was, I don't know which one of those shows give you the golden ticket, but if that was that moment, this would be your moment of truth. You're definitely right.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
honestly, I try to just like practice as much as I can. I sing all the time. I sing
Okay.
like.
Right. Right. So like younger years, and I mean, like, did you like ever toy with the idea of actually doing music? I mean, or was everything just primarily focused on like the church and kind of like just you know
Mostly, yeah. But I did write like a few freestyles. Like Sunshine was a freestyle. My song
mhm.
Sunshine, I wrote that as a freestyle to the Nicki Minaj song Your Love, that beat. I wrote that when I was like 16. And I just
Okay.
decided to record it in 2019. So yeah. But I even wrote my own version of Marvin's Room. I don't know any of the like those stuff now, because that was younger days. But yeah, I used to write a lot. I wrote a song when I was younger. My mom was like, "Oh my god, it's so good." She made me sing it at church and everything. But yeah, I write poetry, all of that.
I mean,
I started doing that from like really young.
you dance. I mean, you I heard you had like a show and you know what I mean. So you're like this jack of all trades and you know
Yeah,
what
I
I
used
mean.
to run too. I ran for Canada twice.
Oh wow. and
Yeah.
and, and you manage to put yourself in positions where you capture the attention of people who are influential. I remember I seen something where you were actually a song that we're gonna play that you did tonight, which is your production. You know what I mean? But I heard you kind of like premiered it before you premiered it. You know what I mean? With someone who's like tearing up the charts right now. What's her Layla Aika or
Lila Ike.
yeah, yeah, right, right,
Oh
right,
yeah,
right,
she's a reggae singer. Yeah, yeah.
right, right. I seen you on a live with her.
Yeah, yeah, I sang it to her. That
Right,
was literally like when I first, it was probably like 2 weeks old, that song. I didn't even finish writing it
right,
at that point.
right.
Yeah.
But that's just to show you, a lot of times when you're destined for something, the stars just kind of align.
Yeah. My
I mean,
friend
just
actually, my friend messaged me that morning. She texted me and she was like, "Joe, go on Lila Ike's live." And I was like,
right,
okay. I literally jumped out of bed. I didn't even like do nothing. I jumped out of bed and
right,
I was like, let me find something to play. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna play this one. I just did this. And
right.
then yeah,
So I
she
mean,
happened to screen record it and it was cool. Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that probably other people were attempting to get on that live. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
your friend could have not called you, or you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's like just look like I'm more
Everything
heavily
happens for a reason,
right, right,
Yeah.
exactly. If you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying, you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
for
So
sure. I believe in that 100%. And I'm a
right,
very intentional person. So I know how I want my life to look. So I do the things that I know that I have to do to put myself in position to
right,
make my life look that way. So yeah.
right, right. I love that, man. I think that's a part of that Jamaican blood in you too. You know what I mean? Like
Nice.
determination. You know what I mean? You see some Jamaican woman, them a feed all five pitney with one piece of chicken back, and you have to wonder
Trust
how they
me.
do it. You know what I
Trust.
mean? So that when you set out your mind on something, you know what I mean, like the initial step, is just that what they say, the journey of a million miles starts with the first step. You know what I'm
First
saying?
step
And
for
you took
sure.
that first step
Hmm.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I noticed you're in a studio setting. So is this something? Is this your production setup?
Yes, this is actually my bedroom. But you know, I just positioned the camera to kind of trick you guys like I'm somewhere. But I'm home in my bedroom, you know?
I'm kind of losing you a little bit. I don't know if it's my connection or yours, but I'm getting a little.
Can you hear
It
me?
could possibly. Yeah, yeah. I'm hearing you good now.
Okay.
Mm, yeah,
I was
I'm hearing.
saying that I'm
Yeah.
actually at home right now. So I just
Okay.
position the camera in a way to make it look like I'm somewhere, but I'm home.
You didn't
I
have to
tricked
let
you
the cat
guys.
out the bag. I wasn't gonna put you on blast. I promise. You know what I mean? I promise. You know what I mean?
It's okay. It's okay.
So you were originally born in Ontario.
Hmm.
Um, but if I'm not mistaken, I think I read somewhere that you actually relocated.
Yeah, I live in
Was that
Vancouver,
okay? So how
the West
far is
Coast.
that from Ontario? For the people that don't know.
It's like a 5 hour plane flight, 3 day drive. We're on like
Okay.
the most western part of Canada.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Ontario's east, Vancouver. Where's the camera? Ontario's east, Vancouver's west. So we're on total
So
opposite ends.
so I mean I know just from personal experience. I mean I've always heard that Toronto had a bit of a, obviously a very Caribbean. That's where they have Carabana,
Yeah.
right? In
Yeah, for
Toronto,
sure.
right?
The Jamaican influence
Um,
is very high up there.
right. And then I'm starting to hear, as I get more into this platform, you know what I mean, which we've been blessed enough to attract people like from all over the world. We have artists from as far as South Africa, Sweden, Switzerland, you know what I
Sick.
mean, like all forward into the platform, and it's amazing. But as I start to get these artists over here, I start to learn more about the Jamaican influences in places that I didn't even know that it was that predominant.
Yeah, a
Um,
lot of our lingo, a lot of our slang is derived from
right,
Jamaican patois. Yeah.
right, and I hear a lot of that influence coming out of Ontario as of late. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
So,
sure.
what's the reggae scene like over there?
Well, growing up in church, I didn't really get to go out and party. So I can't really tell you. However,
Right.
um, I know that I think maybe like it's like the Eglinton area, they like pioneered the whole dancehall culture in Toronto. So like the little
Okay.
Jamaica area there, they keep a lot of parties over there. But I know that there's a lot of Jamaicans in Brampton as well. I used to walk across the
Mhm.
street and buy two patties or some chicken foot soup. So, but yeah, I don't really know much about the reggae scene because I don't know. I
I
didn't
mean,
participate.
I think a better question probably would have been like what the Jamaican population is like over there. Like there's an think to that question by default. You know what I mean? I was just wondering, like, because I'm hearing a lot of reggae artists. I think I've had at least 4 to 5 from Ontario.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah. I think it was like Jackian. Um, I heard even Leroy Sibbles lived there for like 25, 20 years or something like that. You know what I mean?
I think Exco Levi too.
Right. So Ontario like I said, just from me being on this platform, I've had 5 artists who are all from that area.
Oh
A good
wow.
friend of mine, a ally of ours, John Kitchen, and also Miss Daisy. They have like Soul Kitchen radio based over there. I think Princess Trinidad is from there, and a couple other.
Wow, I don't think I've heard of these people. That's crazy.
Right. So what I mean, was your move a part of you trying to follow your career, or was it something altogether like that not didn't
Yeah.
have anything to do with that?
I definitely was trying to follow my dream when I initially moved to Vancouver, but I was pursuing track and field. So I got accepted into
Okay.
this training program, and their
Mhm.
base was out in Vancouver, so I had to move. And then I got injured, and it was about prioritizing being able to pay my rent and being able to run. So, I couldn't do both. So I
Right.
had to choose. And it wasn't until maybe like later on that I decided, well, I've been here for only 5, 6 years now. So yeah,
Okay.
when I first moved, I
Okay.
think I stopped in like 2018.
Oh,
Yeah.
so your music career actually started in Vancouver.
Yeah. hmm
Oh wow. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It's tough because unlike Toronto, the scene, the Jamaican scene or the Caribbean scene and the Afro diaspora scene is very small in comparison because there's way less people. However, there is still somewhat of a little scene, but it's definitely not like Toronto, like nothing close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, a bit of a pioneer of sorts. I mean,
Yeah,
when
I
you
guess
really
you could
think about
say
it, I mean,
that.
you
I guess. I guess. I'd like, yeah, I guess so. I never really thought of it like that, But there's another guy
I
out here
mean,
that's doing music too that I know of.
who are some of the people that you get compared to?
I honestly hear Jasmine Sullivan. I
Okay.
hear I don't know if I get compared to Lauren, but I get people asking me to sing a lot of Lauren Hill songs for them.
So,
Chronics. I get compared to Chronics. But like, yeah, I like being
so
compared to people that I look up to, but I still kind of
right,
wanna find my own sound, I guess.
exactly.
I don't know.
I mean, but that's how it all starts because I mean, you figure there's only but so many skills within music.
Yeah.
Music is something that's recycled. I mean, like
Exactly. Like I was saying, there's no such thing as an original thought.
right,
Somebody already
right,
thought about it. So,
right, right.
yeah. So I'm influenced by these people, but I'm kind of creating like my own style, like my own version.
Right, right. I wanna. I think this is what I'm looking for. I wanna see if Tell me if you can hear this. Um. Give me a second.
I really want to go.
Yes, that's what I did for Teflon. That's not the one that Don Mafia saw, but I did that one recently.
This is crazy.
But the
Hold
next
on.
time that I can get you, forget that. What about the youth them that are hunting for their food? Government, what are you gonna do? Feed five people from Babylon, here we come. I know you really thought that I was done, but I am just getting started. I can see them when we get them daily vegetable. No wonder Mumi wants so miserable, cause it's terrible, I'm telling you. They just wanna put fear in you. Ooh, damn.
Jeez.
Hold on. I gotta play this again. I gotta play this again. Hold on.
All right.
I really
Wheel.
want to I really want to stay alive. I really want to hold up tight. I really want to see my tribe. Tell me when it's not gonna stop. When am I gonna get the chance to wear my new shoes? But the next time that I can get used, forget that. What about the youth them that are unprepared? Government, what are you gonna do? Feed five people from Babylon, here we come. I know you really thought that I was done, but I am just getting started. I can get them daily vegetable. No one can move me once so miserable, cause it's terrible, I'm telling you. They just
They
want
just want to put fear in you.
Yeah,
Woo, 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 woo.
I don't know.
Yes, that's me.
It's a church girl, and you used to,
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
no, you're not hear me.
Now I
Oh
hear you.
man, no, can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, I said I don't. You went around the church.
Listen, just know when I was in church, I was fiery. I was mashing up service. Just know. I was the person that was like, I wish somebody so would I catch up. That was me.
No, that freestyle is crazy.
Thank
I
you.
heard it. I heard it and I replayed it over and over and over again. You
That's
know what I'm
good.
saying?
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I mean, and I was clearly like, you seen I had to find it. You know what I mean? And that's so obviously there's more where that comes from. But what I would love, so have you ever I mean, because it's like you're not a reggae artist. You're not. You're not. What would you? What genre would you say
Hmm.
you feel most comfortable?
I don't feel comfortable in any genre
Okay,
because I
okay.
just feel like I don't want to be put in a box. I just like
Okay.
music. I
Right.
listen to people like Michael Bublé. I listen to people like Charlie XCX, So I listen to a wide variation of people, and I just want to present myself as an artist, like as myself. I don't want to be put in like a category or a box because you never know. One day I might feel like singing dancehall, and
Mhm.
tomorrow I might sing soca. Who knows?
So I mean, do you think that poses a challenge for you as a young artist trying to like make your mark? You know what I mean? Because I mean, I know prior to like when I started, you kind of had to like hone in on one thing, be great at that thing, and then do other things after the fact. I mean, now I think you guys are more liberal. I mean, you have the internet, at your service, so you kind of basically could do
Well,
anything. Mm.
who makes the rules?
Yeah, true, true.
I feel like I make my own rules, so I just do what I want.
Right, right.
Honestly, I just literally go with the flow. Like I don't really have a plan of what I'm gonna do today, what I'm gonna drop today. I just work with my spirit. I work
Mhm.
with my intuition. If my intuition tells me this is what we're doing today, then I see it through. Like, yeah, that's just how I operate. I try not to like plan per se because things never go as expected, and I feel
Mhm.
like expectations can sometimes create blockages for you because like you expect things to turn out a certain way. When it doesn't, you're disappointed. So in
Mhm.
order for me to be um consistent at what I do, I don't have any expectations. I just go with the flow. That works for me at least. So I don't really say that I'm this kind of artist or that kind of artist. I'm just an artist. I make music. Like sometimes my music is fast, sometimes it's slow, sometimes it sounds like reggae, sometimes it sounds like pop.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I know.
Right. I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm there. I've been there. I'm saying I'm still there.
Hmm.
Who cares? You know what I mean? I've been doing it since I was 17.
Yeah.
By some people's standards, I haven't accomplished anything. By but I'm able to sit here and work you guys for a reason. You know what I mean? And these are because of seeds I planted long ago. So if I didn't accomplish anything, me and you wouldn't be here having this conversation.
Exactly. And I think that accomplishments and success and all of those things are relative to the person. Whatever you think accomplishment and success is to you, then that's all that's important. You just stick with that. That's what I work with, at least. That's what works for me.
Right,
My opinion
right.
is my most valued and my most sought after. I
Mhm.
I do seek criticism, but from people that I respect. And everybody else, I'll hear what you have to say, but I don't necessarily absorb it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's
Mhm.
just how I work. People can say whatever they want to
Right,
say.
right, 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 right. Yeah, man, I love that, man. I love that. I love that.
Hmm.
Um, so like basically, you embarked on this journey about 3 years ago.
Hmm.
Um, have you started? What are your I mean, you said you don't have any expectations, but I mean, you're obviously not making the best music that you could probably make, for it not to be some type of reaction to it. You know what I'm saying? So, what what are your plans? Like when you embarked on this career, like what are your plans? What hope the effort?
When I started music, I had a vision of how I wanted my life to look. So
Mhm.
that was what I focused on. I didn't plan. I just focused on how I want my life to look, and it wasn't a matter of can I do this? It was a matter of okay, how are we going to get this done? And so every
Mhm.
day, like my intuition will reveal certain things to me, like okay, let's watch a video today about music production. So I'll watch and take in some information, or let's do some vocal exercises today. You know what I'm saying? I kind of work with the flow. I know that I want my life to be me making music, making money from doing what I love. And I don't consider that work. So I won't be working. I'll just be creating music. I see
Right.
myself living abundantly in all aspects. And music is just the transit that I'm using to get to that destination, that life of freedom, financial freedom, I guess we can say. But yeah, I see myself. Well, when I was running track and field brought me to Italy. So I hope that music can allow me to see certain parts of the world and you know meet people that I've always dreamed of meeting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I want to win a Grammy or those are
Mhm.
like the
Right.
sprinkles on top. I love to create music, and I just want to
Right.
be able to do that for as long as I can. You know.
So, what would you say your first official release was since you started doing this?
I would say my first official release was Everybody Needs Love. Yeah, because
So
I
that
did that.
okay, and that was solely done by you, produced by you, and the
That was
whole.
produced by me, but I got an engineer to kind of make it sound like bigger to master it.
But like all of the instruments, the composition was all composed and written by and recorded by you
So
initially.
yeah, but
Wow,
that was my production.
wow. That's very impressive. That's very
Yes.
impressive. That's very
Oh, it
ambitious.
froze.
Yeah, you can you hear me?
Thank you. I
Yeah,
can
that
hear you
that
now. Yeah.
yeah, that's very ambitious and very impressive. It's honorable. You know what I'm saying? Coming from it took me a longer time to, I was a lot more dependent on others, coming up in the game because things weren't as accessible to us older artists. You know what I mean? They kind of cornered the market, so you had to go to a producer or you had to go to, all of these different people in order to get
Yeah.
your music out there. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of
Yeah.
times if you don't think outside of the box, you become a slave to what you know and what you're taught. You know what I'm saying? So for a long time, I was one of those people that felt like music had
Hmm.
to be done a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But looking at you guys, this younger generation, you guys inspire us. You know what I mean? Like and we embark on this journey. Like we look to you for guidance. You know what I'm saying? So, what I mean? Seeing what you were doing so early in your career, kind of like makes us kick ourselves sometimes like, damn, I wish we could have thought about that then, but it just clearly wasn't available. I mean, obviously, this is a part of evolution. Um, and that's just what
Yeah.
basically what it is. Um, but now that we're on the subject of
Yeah.
this, now that we're on the subject of this amazing song, um, what was the inspiration behind I mean obviously the obvious is yes the world definitely needs love. um I think there's been several renditions of people stating what the world needs. I mean one of the more famous songs I think was done by Diana Ross, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing. I think that might have been Dionne Warwick, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. So like, what inspired you to want to bring this message?
I don't know.
To
Well, in the song, everything, I believe that true stories are the best stories told. So that's the true story. Everything in that verse, I'll say, go back to work. It's gonna pay my rent if I can't go to work. So I was super frustrated, and that's just how I was feeling, you know. So it's like I lost my job just now. The bills need to pay somehow, but I cry instead. Lockdown. That's why I had wrote it. But then I had forgotten that I had wrote verse 2, and then I started to rewrite verse 2, and then something said to me, check your phone. So I checked my phone and I was like, oh, I already wrote verse 2. So it was just like, you know, okay, confirmation that, because I wasn't sure when I first wrote it. So that just confirmed to me, okay, stick with that. So that's what I did. And then I laid out my background vocals, and yeah, it was good to go after that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Jônelle.
I feel like life is the greatest inspiration.
With Everybody Needs Love.
I can't hear you. Oh, it's me.
The world is looking crazy right now. People feeling lazy right now. Can't get out of bed. I lost my job just now, and the bills need to pay somehow. But I cry instead. And it's like every day it's the same thing. Collection I call me like ring, ring, ring. And not even a penny in my checking. Father God, I think I might need a blessing. And if it's not one thing, it's the next. And we're just trying to do our best, but we're stressed. Everybody in the world right now needs love.
All night I could play twice. Okay.
The world is looking crazy right now. People feeling lazy right now. Can't get out of bed. I lost my job just now, and the bills need to pay somehow. But I cry instead. And it's like every day it's the same thing. Collection I call me like ring, ring, ring. And not even a penny in my checking. Father God, I think I might need a blessing. And if it's not one thing, it's the next. And we're just trying to do our best, but we're stressed. Everybody in the world right now needs love. Everybody in the world right now needs love. You're not the only one, I'm feeling it too. I just finished arguing with my boo, and I don't know, but I think, yeah, what the hell did I just do? There's just so much things going on. For dear life, I am hanging on. Stay strong. Ooh, I know that there is just one thing we need. So I'm say love.
Yo, man, Tilo. Yo, it's amazing. Very very impressed. The build up, the range, and I mean, like, it's way that most hits on the with the what I mean, like the of the song you get from one thing you put and uh, journey. It's a musical journey. Like I said once again, I'm very impressed. By
Thank you.
your release, definitely speaks volumes.
Barely. I'm like trying. I'm like,
In the way, I'm sorry about that. I mean, I'm not really sure where I have this issue right now at this particular, but I'm getting kind of late, so I'm trying to.
right now you sound like you're from outer space.
Oh wow! I mean, I'm sure about that in 1 second. Mm-mm. My apologies, people. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Are you hearing me any better now? No,
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. Like I said, the internet is good.
Well, there you go again.
Second. Hello, hello, hello. Do I sound any
Hello,
better now?
hello. Yes.
I sound better. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're too
For
funny.
now.
So what was the reception like from that song? Like what kind of feedback are you getting from that?
It's all right. It's not like blown up, obviously, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
grateful for even if it's just one person because
Right,
I just put it out there with love. So when I put it out there, I just let it go.
right, right,
I
right.
just, yeah.
So it was
Hopefully somebody listens to it and they love it.
so it was really like no marketing campaign or anything behind it. This is just basically just you just doing everything.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow.
Hmm.
So would you say that you're independent at the moment?
Yup. For sure.
I mean,
Very much so.
well, I mean, no man or woman is an island. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you definitely have star quality. So I mean, at some point, are you looking to take on, I would say, partners at this point, because you're basically, a well-oiled machine that just kind of just, I guess, need assistant to, move your thing a little further.
Yeah, for sure. Like conversations can definitely be had, if the energy is right and everything. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because as anything to get the wheels turning.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Now, man, me love what I go on, I mean, I'm truly a fan. I'm pretty
Thank
sure
you.
I'm pretty sure that you've gained some fans from us today. Um, and
Hopefully.
and if you continue on and you clearly have some fans here that are supporting you, like they were here before we even logged in.
Nice, nice. Ah, thanks. I can't really see them, but I see one person. That's my cousin Q. Big up himself.
Big up cause panel life. You know what I mean? Everybody that's here, please support young talent. You know what I mean? Not only, just Jônelle, support a young platform like this, you know what I'm saying, just by simply subscribing and following and liking and sharing. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
here, so you could go to either page right now at this moment and just subscribe free of charge. You know what I'm saying? And we will continue to try to bring, the talent of tomorrow, because I mean, like, you clearly see that this girl is destined to be a star. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, people are gonna be digging up this interview, looking for it. Like, yo, this is when she did younger and Ray and Tay, and and I can
Remember when?
right, and I can raise my hand and be like, yeah, she's not right. You know what I mean?
Nice.
You know,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm happy to be able to make that contribution to your cause. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity and I appreciate the platform and everybody. Everybody has been professional and just so nice to me.
Right, right. So what's your next move?
Oh, I just feel like I'm just gonna keep putting out music, I don't really know.
So are you open to collaborations? Are there any dream
Oh yeah,
collaborations?
for sure.
Okay,
I'm actually working on. I have this rhythm that I have called Providence Rhythm.
mhm.
So I'm working on a project where I have a few of my friends, and they're dropping their songs on the rhythm too. I have my song on there called Keep It
Okay,
Groovin'.
okay.
We have a next artist on there. Everybody has their song, but yeah, I'm working on that. It's called the Providence Rhythm, so you guys can look out for that.
So would you I mean, like I said, I know you do a wide variety of music. Me and you both know that, like, dancehall has, like, a thing with them called juggling. So juggling would more be like with more, well, just like you said, something like what you're doing. So like if you were
Yeah, that's what inspired it still.
so if you were presented with, like, that opportunity to jump on a juggling, would you do that?
Oh yeah, I'm on there.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right, all right. I might have something that you might be interested in. So we'll talk.
Okay, nice.
You know what I mean? You know, um, yeah. I mean, the only thing left for you to do, which no artist escapes from, are you familiar? I'm not gonna press you too hard because I know that you're relatively new. You know what I mean? But are you
Okay.
are you familiar with the concept of, like, dub plates? Have you ever done a dub plate before?
I have.
Okay, all right. Well, you shouldn't have told me that. So now you can escape. So we need a live overall settings dub plate from you right now. Any song of your choice.
Any song of my choice. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Anything out of your catalog or somebody else's catalog, as long as you're saying overall settings in this dub plate, then you're good to go.
Sunshine, you are my sunshine. Overall, you make me happy when skies are gray. Yeah. Overall, you will never know, dear, how much I really love you. So don't you please take overall away. Boo,
Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, you see, me tell you, me tell you,
yeah.
you can't tell anybody else, say you just start do this. You can't tell me that. So when we get half an year, you can let me know for real. I promise I won't put your secret out there.
Nah, I'm not. I don't lie. I don't practice myself to lie.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know.
Kidding. Like I said, it's a divine. I mean, like I said, we just named three powerhouses that you have been able to at least get yourself in front of in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Like Teflon being one of them. You know what I mean? Obviously, Layla. Ika. I keep saying her
Lila
name,
Ike.
Lila
Lila
Ika,
Ike.
right? And then obviously Dan Mafia, who speaks very highly of you. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
yes. Big up, big up.
and then now you're here, a part of the overall settings family. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We're at any given time you could be in front of whoever. You know what I mean? There's probably somebody looking right now who wants. We definitely want to collaborate with you. In some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? There it is. Like from your little corner of the world in Vancouver, you've managed to garner all of this attention, and I find it hard to believe that, as you go on further into your career, that you're not going to embark on what's due to you. You know,
Yes, I hope so. I hope so.
and
I really do.
and my foolish advice to you would be, I guess you probably heard this before from your coaches. Just don't look back and keep going. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just
Exactly.
keep
The only
going.
time I look back is when I'm seeing if there's anything I need to let go
Right, 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 right,
that no longer serves me, you know?
right, right. So anybody you want to shout out before we get out of here?
Oh, all right. Chizomo, Kevante, Browning, Don Mafia, of course. Everybody that's tuned in, big up my uncle David Solomon, Fly Crown. Make sure you guys check that out. My friend Jamal James, Sprinter Harris. Yes, everybody that's working with me in the future, big up to everybody. Shout outs to my sister, my best friend,
Yeah,
Amanda,
right.
Keisha.
Any
Everybody was part of the journey. I don't really like to call name. Oh, my cousin Clary Cluzy, of
right.
course.
And mermaid actually absolutely loves you. You know what I mean? She talks to you.
Yes,
Like,
Mermaid. And
she,
shout out to Mermaid too.
yes, yes, she absolutely loves you. You know what I mean? Like you have a true fan. You have a true fan in that girl. You know what I mean? Like
Nice, thank you.
I heard she even tried to offer you a job. I wasn't
Well,
supposed
hey, I might have to take her up on her offer. Who knows?
Yeah, but so as far as like, I mean, I know the place is just starting to like some places are starting to open up back or whatever. Any future performances, you know, on the horizon, anything that
Well, no, none yet. When actually at the start of Corona, I had just started to pick up like a little bit of momentum, and then
Mhm.
Corona just flopped the show. So yeah, hopefully. And I actually went live on Six Buzz, which is like this pretty big platform out of Toronto. And I
Mhm.
actually got invited to a few shows, but because I wasn't in Toronto, I couldn't do it. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, but it's all good. Everything happens for a reason. I'm just taking the time to make sure that I'm ready when opportunity meets me. So
Well, we have a thing over here that we're trying to get off the ground. We're adding a different component to the show where we're trying to do like live stream performances. We haven't
yeah.
worked with all of the kinks yet, but it's another component to the show that we call live on spot. Where if we could get the proper connection on like the person on the other side's end, where they can possibly, I guess, like find a way to facilitate a connection to the live stream from, I mean, I guess through like their mixer, like kind of like what we have here, so we can get a clearer, crisper sound. Um, we're trying to, do like live performances, via
Yeah.
live stream on our platform. So,
I
maybe that's
sometimes do that on my Instagram. And shout out to my auntie who's tuned in too. Sorry. Don't want
big
to
up,
Auntie Shrill.
big up.
Don't want to leave her out. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you make sure you put that thing there in the car. She probably not call you and say, "Hey, girl."
Yeah, listen. She always watches me, so I have to hail her. She
Yeah, man.
always supports. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
No
Big up.
matter what time of night. So I
Yeah,
have to hail her up.
yeah, man. And for the people, please share this link. You know what I mean? Because once we shut it down, it's automatically available on all of our platforms. I'm pretty sure that Jônelle is gonna be sharing it as well. You know what I mean? So it doesn't cost a thing to share. Like, please, because somebody's gonna see this artist and somebody's gonna wanna like take her to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna see something. I mean, she puts me in the mind of a young Alicia Keys. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole that whole vibe there, you know what I mean? The personality, you know what I mean? Like, that is just A1. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And for you to be as talented as you are, you know what I mean? That your humility is definitely a plus as well. You know what I mean?
Thank
So,
you.
just keep that going, and we look forward to seeing great things coming from you in the future. It was a pleasure to have you here, because I tell every one of my guests that, you can give someone $1 million, you can give them material things, but the one thing that you can't give someone is your time and get it back. You know what I'm saying? So, for you to spend that moment of time with us, it makes us feel special and very fortunate, because you could have been
Thank
any,
you. Well,
thank
the pleasure is mine. And
you.
if you guys want to find me on social media, you can find me at _I am Jônelle. Pretty much on every platform. That's the same tag. So yeah, you can find me at that. Also, if you want to collab with me, you can send me an email at jojo100mdash@gmail.com. That's Jojo 100 meter dash.
All righty then. What I'm gonna do is, it's no better way to end this show than with the song that we started it with, because that thing is fire. So I'm gonna drop back the Bam Bam again, and
Okay.
all I'm asking everybody in the comments to do is to just put up all flames for Jônelle as soon as I drop this song. All righty? Jônelle, we'll see you on the other side. I definitely got something that I'm going to send you. You can peep it. If you want to be a part of it, the project is already up and running. Big up your self, Muma.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, it was our pleasure. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, this one, I want you to intro that tune. Intro this bad tribute to Sister Nancy for us, please.
I mean, say one thing, Jônelle can't understand. One thing, Jônelle. Well, make them play the song, the man. What a bam bam by your girl Jônelle representing.
Bonjour tout le monde. You know it's me, Jônelle, representing again. Run go tell your friends. Jônelle can't understand. I one thing Jônelle can't understand. Why make them talk about me ambition? Get it from me.
Right now, me a begging no flames for you pull up the screen. And I don't know, say it's a bad tune from them time that you'll know. Flames supposed to full up the screen for Jônelle paying homage to Sister Nancy.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Flames.
You know it's me, Jônelle, representing again. Run go tell your friends. I one thing Jônelle can't understand. I one thing Jônelle can't understand. Why make them talk about me ambition? Why make them talk about me ambition? Some of them ask me where me get it from. Some of them ask me where me get it from. I true them not know it's from creation. I true them not know it's from creation. Bam bam, man, yo, and me say what time? Bam bam, bam bam, bam bam bam.
Don't play style again.
Alright. Silly of you.
Don't play style again.
Alright. Silly of you.